Hello, I'm Joe Walensky, and I am the conference director for the virtual series of Convey UX conferences. And our next one is coming up in August on Tuesday, the 18th. And one of the fun things I get to do is chat with our speakers for a few minutes. And today I'm speaking with Atulya Chaganty. Hello, Atulya, how are you doing today?
Hi, Joe. Thanks for having me. Doing great. It's a beautiful sunny day, so can't complain on those kind of days.
Well, I'm at my home office in Bellingham, Washington, about 80 miles north of Seattle. Where are you talking to us from?
I am talking to you from the heart of Seattle. I'm in Lower Queen Anne, so in my apartment, hanging out. So that's where I'm located.
Hi, well, yeah, it's great to have you as part of the program, and I'm well familiar with you from working with you in the past. But for everybody else, why don't you just tell us a little bit about your background and what you like to be involved with?
Yeah, sure. So, as you know, I am a designer. I started my career a little bit left of that. I was an English major in college. I studied communications and also pre law, thinking that was kind of the direction I wanted to go in. Decided that wasn't quite for me after I took some design classes and fell in love with it. I got my master's in industrial design from the Rhode Island School of Design, and it was just a love affair from there on. I just loved all aspects of design and was able to really dig in deep and understand what like systems thinking was, how it applied into the world, as well as just the different mediums of design. So from physical products to different types of technologies and systems and how they all kind of follow a similar type of thinking, but maybe a different execution when it comes to the medium. From there, I've worked in a variety of different companies and different places with a lot of different clients and organizations. So have done some nonprofit work, have done some like civil work and government work. And then most recently, we've worked together and had a chance to work for big tech and different finance companies. So spanning the board on experience. So that's kind of what I do professionally. I really love to dig into messy problems and try to find innovative, exciting, unique, different ways to solve them. And I'm a bit of a curiosity nerd when it comes to both work for professional reasons and outside of that as well. So I'm always getting up to something new and adventurous outside of work as well.
Well, it's great to have you in the program with all your varied expertise and your topic that you picked. It has this title, "Drunk on Nostalgia: How We Went from Designing the Future to Daydreaming About the Past." So, tell us a little bit about how you came around to that topic and what we could expect to learn from it.
Yeah, so I think as a millennial in true millennial fashion, I was feeling the nostalgia, just seeing some of the fashions, the remake or the second part of The Devil Wears Prada coming out, seeing other shows getting a reboot many years later. It just felt like us millennials were coming back into our childhood in a way and re-seeing some of this imagery and these experiences again in a refashioned way. And I feel like a lot of life right now is very complicated, it's stressful, it's hard, and we're kind of seeking out the things that are familiar and feel good and feel normal and comfortable to us again. And it had me thinking really about what aspects of those pieces of nostalgia that we are latching onto. Is it the imagination? Is it just the familiarity? Is it the way that they were designed? Is it just a time period that we're seeking? And thinking back a little bit to my design experience and also just my design education and how so much of the pillars of the folks who seem to be remembered throughout design history were always pushing the envelope, thinking about the future of what could be, what's possible, by like defining a world that hadn't existed yet. And it seems like today we're sort of thinking about the world that used to exist. So, how we can marry those two ideologies together to really think about how design can create for the future again by maintaining the lessons that we learned in the past, but really maybe even rethinking that framework as well. So, it's been a pretty exploratory phase for me and doing a lot of reading and writing in that space. So, I thought I'd explore it in this topic as well to consider what are the joys we found in the past and how do we carry that into reshaping the future that we actually want moving forward.
It sounds like it's gonna be a great topic. So as you're putting it that together, are there like any particular things going on, in your life or just broader, that you're like excited about, or things that maybe you have more maybe trepidation about, challenges? Like how are you kind of addressing this balance between nostalgia and the future that you mentioned?
Yeah, I think the future part always feels a little scary because, you're seeing the news and you're hearing all these things that are, I am very trepidatious about and very concerned about. And I think it's also like a pinnacle moment of having to shift from being maybe young and a kid and having people you look up to who are going to solve the problems to becoming the problem solvers, and what that transition looks like. And it feels a bit scary. And so that's kind of like the overarching thing that I've been dealing with. But to kind of ground myself, it's like trying to find joy. I think there's been a lot of like subtle things that are happening in the world that remind me of the lessons that we learned, maybe say in like from Mr. Rogers, or from Arthur, or things like that, that I keep coming back to. I feel like there's a lot of sports going on. Of course, we're in the midst of the World Cup, so seeing a lot of teams that are considered underdogs just never giving up always is very inspiring to me. I'm from the East Coast, so I have to be a bit of a bandwagon, bit of a long time Knicks fan. So having the Knicks take it in 5 was really exciting. So now, New York is the title holder for both men's and women's basketball. And I think like seeing all that, like the comeback stories that have been like long time perseverance coming to success has been really exciting. I know that I'm not much into horse racing, but it was very exciting to see this one horse who was absolutely dead last in a lot of races come from behind and get into first place, after training with the only female horse trainer to ever win these races. So I think seeing the success of perseverance has been extremely exciting. And I'm reading a book right now called Playful by Cass Holman, who was a professor at the Rhode Island School of Design, and she talks a lot about joy and fun and including play in design and in work. And it's just been really exciting to find her story and find all of the work she's done and the effort she's put into it. Such a beautifully researched, well-written book that's really also helped me find hope and understand how we can, as individuals, have an impact on the bigger picture. And so those have all been like helping me kind of keep going. Some people might say that that's like a bit frivolous or just like the fun and the joy, but I think we need to have hope and find those moments of joy to push us through the things that are really hard. And so I'm using that joy to propel me forward in trying to challenge what is scary and coming soon.
Well, it's great to hear all those insights, and you throw out quite a lot of current cultural references. So yeah, thanks for those reflections, and look forward to seeing you at the conference in a couple of months.
Yeah, super excited. Thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to meet everybody and have a great conversation.
Thanks a lot, Tulia. Bye bye.
Thank you.